Good evening, friends. This is something that I've never done before, and I think it's really weird to do this. But yeah, I feel called because have you ever wished someone would? Like, really, really wish they would, and then they did? That's where I'm at, y'all. That is where I'm at as a mother. And anyone that knows me as a mother knows that I don't play. And they keep playing. And so tonight I went to Elkhart Community School Board's meeting because they've literally been ghosting me, y'all, for 5 months. I've requested a meeting with the current superintendent, Miss Reese, and she literally has not responded, not a single time. Dozens and dozens and dozens, y'all know I'm not bullshitting, of emails and no response. And so myself and other mothers that are experiencing the same issues with non-communication and safety, mental health, educational concerns with our children, we spoke at a school board meeting on May 12th. And so I'm gonna break it down. Tonight I attempted to return to the school board meeting to follow up from my May 12th what do you even call it, right? Like speech to the board that doesn't reply or say anything back. And I was shut down. So tonight, y'all will have to check out Elkhart School Board meeting because they literally violated my parental rights by not allowing me the 3 minutes to speak simply because I was stating names. But even within the district policy, it says you cannot address or question, and I wasn't. I was stating facts. Y'all have been ghosting me. You specific people have been ghosting me. I am calling you out by name because you, for one, the board, y'all are elected. You are public figures. I can speak your name. You work for me, period. And so the fact that you're shut down in their presence is insane, y'all. And so, again, you wish they would, and then they did. And so now they're going to experience the aftermath of that because they are violating our parental rights, like, by the masses. And it is next level abuse of power, y'all. And so I'm gonna read to y'all what they would not allow me to read at tonight's board meeting. My name is Rachel, and I am a parent in this district. On May 12th, I stood before this board asking for accountability after years of documented abuse, bullying, harassment, inaccurate educational records, and repeated failures to protect my son. That evening, I made 5 specific requests to this board. Accurate educational records for my son, full compliance with FERPA and Indiana law, a formal review of Lindsay Brander's conduct and false statements made to DCS, a public deadline for the board's investigative review, and a corrective action plan addressing this board's own failures and negligence to be made public before the start of next school year. Just days after, I, along with 2 other mothers who spoke that night, received letters from the board's attorney giving us only 10 days to submit all of our evidence. We met that deadline, y'all. On May 26th, board counsel informed me and the other mothers that the board would review the submissions and issue a written decision no later than June 30th, y'all. That deadline has came and gone. Despite multiple follow-up emails, there has been no written decision, no explanation for the delay, and no communication from this board. None of the requests I made on May 12th have been resolved. For 5 months, I have repeatedly requested a meeting with Superintendent Reese and district staff to establish a comprehensive plan of care for my son's transition to Elkhart High School. Yet those requests have also gone unanswered, Superintendent Reese and board members Daisy Davis and Doug Weaver have been copied on every one of those emails, and there has been no response. So the board has full knowledge, y'all. The issue before this board is no longer whether they were aware of these concerns. The record clearly establishes that they were. The issue is what they are choosing to do after they are made aware. And to date, that response has been silence, y'all. Tonight, I am asking this board to take immediate action. Issue the overdue policy 9130 decision that your own attorney promised by June 30th. Immediately schedule a meeting with Superintendent Reese and appropriate district staff to establish my son's comprehensive plan of care before he begins high school. Correct my son's educational records so they accurately reflect what occurred and comply with FERPA and Indiana law. And finally, publicly share the corrective action plan from this board addressing your failures and negligence of our children. My son deserves better. Every child in this district deserves better. And until authentic, meaningful action is taken, we will continually publicly expose the undocumented failures, neglect and harm experienced by our children in your care. All of you have knowledge, and all of you are culpable for your non-action. If you look at me and you see anything other than a mother fighting for her child's life, then you should resign. Because if you cannot recognize that in me, you won't recognize it in the next parent who stands at this podium. And every child in this district deserves leaders who will listen before another family reaches this point. But I wasn't allowed to say this, y'all. Tonight, if you watch the school board meeting, I was completely cut off, and they did not allow me to say this because I use names. I use names of people who have been neglecting the safety and well-being of my son. And this is what all of us are going to need to do, is to put them on blast, because they are not above protecting our children. They are not above our parental rights. They don't get to cut me off because I'm using names that I can prove have knowledge of this, and they're completely ghosting parents. You don't get to play with our children's lives. And while y'all are playing games, calling out Kelly Mullins, and watch her condescending ass literally say, no. Look at how she is interacting with me during this time. The condescension, the dismissal, their knowledge that they are intentionally not responding to a parent's request regarding their child's mental health and well-being and their safety. This is what we're dealing with. This is why 5 schools have closed, y'all. This is why families are running. And if my son would leave, we would leave. But he should not have to leave his friends, which he has made quite clear. And that is why we are still here, because he has a choice in this too. And his voice matters. And I am merely an extension of his voice. So while they think they're silencing me, they are silencing my child. They are silencing our children when they do this shit. It's time for accountability, y'all. And I made a promise tonight when they tried to shut me down that I am gonna go live every day until they respond and until they meet with me about my child. Because this is unacceptable. They do not get to abuse their power and take away my rights to speak, all the while they have been ghosting me for 5 months, y'all. And they're not even abiding by their own rules, by their own policies. Their own legal counsel said that I would be contacted by June 30th. It's 2 weeks past their deadline. But tonight I get cut off because I said a name, but y'all are 2 weeks past a legal deadline. Where's the accountability? Where is the accountability, y'all? If there are more parents that have experienced this through Elkhart schools, I encourage you to reach out, because this is massive, and it is, y'all, our children are not safe when the adults are behaving in this manner. Our children are not safe when the adults that we have to entrust with our children are behaving in this manner. None of our children are safe when they are allowed to behave like this. And so who's gonna hold them accountable, y'all? Who? Us. All day. These are our kids, this is our community, and y'all, it's time. It's time to show up and show out, because they have lost their damn minds if they think that they are going to behave this way and keep putting our children's lives at risk and not be held accountable. Come on, y'all. It's time. Join us. Truly. Reach out. You know how to find me. SpeakOurTruthProject.com. We have to hold these systems accountable, because our children's lives are at stake and they know it. Till next time, y'all.